Hey, gang.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, gang.
So we got what is that?
I'm just so fucking jazzed about these fucking bipedal dogs.
Still talking about. I thought you were gonna bring a dog story last time, and you didn't. You brought a truck story.
I forgot.
We'll get to it one day. We were talking about irrational, or maybe irrational, but fears.
But also, write in if your dog ever almost died. You go.
So we were talking about Coney Island being filthy, and Andrea chimed in about how she's afraid of, what was it? You're afraid of what?
Parasites.
Parasites, and you mentioned like syringes and stuff, which is always a thing in my mind. I'm gonna like step on a.
I stepped on a syringe at Coney Island. I just didn't step on the needle.
Oh fuck.
So, but at the time I was like in active alcoholism and drug addiction, so I was like, awesome.
Well, that reminded me, on the way here, I actually screenshotted an article that I wanted to talk about because this exact thing has been a literal fear of mine for years in public spaces, and I've never said it out loud because I said, Kevin, that's irrational. That probably won't happen. And then it came true. Let me read you this headline.
Don't.
Over 100 people jabbed with syringes at French music festival.
No.
There's someone in France.
This has happened before in history.
Stabbing people with syringes. And then those people were experiencing like flu-like symptoms and stuff. So there was something, and it's like, one, ick, noodle.
What if it was flu shot?
Needle.
What if he was giving a flu shot?
Actually doing their part. It's actually the COVID vaccine.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It does give you flu-like symptoms.
But isn't that absolutely terrifying? Because
yeah,
what
it's
if
horrible. It's a nightmare.
I guess worst case scenario.
I think about it every time I'm in a crowd and I like want a like tag on my clothing or something like pokes me wrong.
You think about this too?
I think about it all the time.
I thought I was crazy for worrying about syringes in public.
We definitely all heard a story.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Movie theater, France? What?
Music festival, I believe Woodstock.
Yeah. Wait, this happened in France before? What the fuck is wrong with French people?
Maybe it's a French thing.
What's up with French people, man?
Like croissant.
Just let them have guns.
Yeah, let them have guns.
You know?
Yeah. Let them bring guns to music festivals.
Listen, if somebody walked in this room right now, would you rather they have a gun or a syringe?
A syringe?
Yeah.
What are you, nuts?
Okay. Well, I guess we're just different like that.
You'd rather they have a gun?
Because I'd be like, cool gun, dude. Can I play with it?
But what if they were mad at you?
Yeah, but they're going to, like, let me play with it, probably.
No, they're going to shoot you in the face, Kevin.
Lizzy, I'm very charming. Okay, I can talk my way, but a syringe? I got no...
I actually do think I could talk my way. I think I could talk down a hostage because
Yes, dude.
No, listen to me.
I've thought about this so many...
Listen to me.
I just want to let you know I feel it, too.
I have watched a lot of the show Flashpoint, which no one's watched, but it's a show about a hostage negotiator in Canada, and I've watched a lot of it. And I've also watched a lot of Criminal Minds, which is pretty hostage negotiation heavy. And that one time I talked that girl out of killing herself.
Yeah. So, do you know? Okay,
and I was using the Flashpoint technique of respect, connect, deflect.
That's what I was going to ask.
I treated her with respect. I deflected by bringing up her baby.
Okay, wait.
Connected, not deflect. Connected, and then I deflected her from her original goal, which was to kill herself.
Somebody comes in with a weapon.
I have to know why. I have to know their motive.
Okay. Somebody's about to jump. What do you say?
Okay.
Hey, notice you're going through a hard time.
Yeah.
Respect.
Tell me what's going on.
Hey, what's going on?
We've all been there.
Hey.
Is there anything I can do? Tell me what's going on.
Okay, and then what was the next one?
And then you say something like, I just want you to take a step back because I'm nervous, but if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I'm not going to touch you.
Is that connect?
That's connect. We're still on connect.
Oh, it starts with connect or respect?
Connect. Wait, no, respect. It's
respect?
Then we're still on respect.
We're still on respect.
So you're like, I get it. I'm just here to talk to you.
Hey.
I'm not going to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
All I ask is that you don't do anything crazy.
They're like
Let's just have a chat.
He goes, they cut the front legs off my dog.
And actually, that could be cool.
What?
No. I'm
inching closer.
Look at this one. Looks like a kangaroo.
And gone. And I'm gone.
No, I would be able to do it.
You know, I've actually always wanted a dog with no front legs. I'll take that off your hands, and I'll give you a good price.
And I'm sure that he's a dog. He's probably really resilient. And I bet he'd be more sad if he had no front legs and no dad.
Well, it is a negotiation after all. So now we're talking hard numbers.
Well, that's more like hostage than suicide.
Are they that different?
Well, suicide, it's hard to like negotiate because you're just trying to get the person to stop from killing themselves. But a hostage negotiator, you have to be like, we're working on the helicopter.
No, yeah, but I wonder if the technique's not you know.
I think they go through like the same training. I think it's all respect, connect.
I'm saying
whatever the third
you gotta
one is.
respect. You gotta be like, hey, I don't want you to hurt me.
I don't know for sure if it's deflect.
No, but like, let's make an educated guess, right? Like, you come in and you're like, okay, hey, I respect what you're doing, i.e.,
I don't love it, but I respect it.
i.e., hey, I see what you're doing, but please don't.
Yeah.
Connect, you go, hey, I've been there, or I can imagine what that's like,
but without
or that
minimizing.
that must be really hard.
Yeah.
And
tell me more about that.
Tell me more about that. And then it's like, well, what do you need? What do you need to send out a couple right now? Or what do you need to take a step back? Or what do you need?
Or I think
what's it gonna
with
take?
The suicide one, you go more like, I'm gonna take a step forward, but I'm not gonna touch it. You start with, I'm not even coming near you.
Oh, that's the thing too. They
and
start
then once
getting
you
closer.
start to respect, you can go, I'm just gonna take a couple steps forward so that I feel safer, but I'm not gonna touch you. Mm-hmm. You know, and then you can go, I'm just gonna clip myself into this bar here.
So it's bargaining, a lot of bargaining.
Yeah.
Why don't you send out someone?
Yeah.
And we'll get you those pizzas you asked for.
Yeah.
You know.
Send out a hostage, and I'll work on the helicopter.
On the helicopter.
But they're not gonna. And then you always send it to the higher ups. You go, they're not gonna let me. They're not gonna let me talk to the helicopter guy if you don't send out the kids.
Yeah, you got to send out the kids.
You got to send out the kids, and then we can talk about it. But right now,
you know they're not.
I got to see a little good faith, man.
A little good faith.
I got to see a little good faith here.
Dude, we would kill this.
We would kill this. We should pivot.
We should pivot.
We should pivot our careers into something horrible and racked with PTSD.
It's actually not that hard. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why they're fucking complaining all the time.
See what we just did just now? That was incredible.
We just did it.
Mm-hmm. We can do anything. Honestly,
I always like.
We're capable of anything, Lizzy. Except doing a podcast.
Except doing a fucking podcast. I always think about like if a guy when I'm in like a big crowd, I'm like, if a guy with a gun walked in here.
Yeah.
I wish I knew the type of martial art where you can get it out of their hand.
Yeah.
Because how cool is the guy who does that? I have chills.
They karate chop.
How cool is the guy who just walks right up to him and is like, got it. Mm-hmm. Situation over. No words needed. Yeah. But I'm a words guy, so I'd have to go. Listen, I get it. I hate these people too. I hate EDM festivals.
These people, I'm working the beer tent.
I get it.
I'm not even here for
I'm
fun.
with you, but what we can't do is shoot everyone.
We can't do that, dude.
Because then you'll go to jail, and I think we're vibing.
I think we're vibing is good.
I think we're vibing, and I want you in my life going forward.
That's good.
You got to get in their head.
I'm sorry, this is crazy, but before you shoot me, are you feeling this right now?
Are you
feel it?
Because I think something's happening.
I think something's like, wow, I'm like so afraid, but you're so powerful. You're so powerful right now. Let me hold it. Can I hold that?
Can I hold that?
Karate chop.
Karate chop.
Boom. Crisis averted.
Crisis averted. You're welcome, Coachella.
So we had a dog episode.
No.
Well, we didn't have a dog episode. We had the shrimp dog thing.
Yeah.
And we did oh no, it had nothing to do with the shrimp dog. It had to do with
eating.
What was it?
So it was about, we were talking about that family that like ate like turtles and stuff. And
they butt chugged
and
water.
And we were wondering if you can eat fish out of the ocean like it's sushi, or if you'll get a parasite.
Thank you. That's what it was. And
does it have to be treated in some way?
And
we called upon Terry.
So Terry,
as one would call upon Poseidon.
Terry, for those of you listening,
for the uninitiated, first of all,
he's a long time and not a first time. He early on.
First of all, get into the lore. If you're not into the lore of this podcast, I can't even like wrap my head around what kind of experience you're having listening to it. Because I feel like everything we say is referential, and we are coming at this from the point of view of, I just said I talked that girl out of killing herself. So if you don't know what I mean by that, I'm not explaining it. Go back.
But Terry's a listener of the pod who is an expert on aquatic life and things, and he's a photographer.
He's a marine life photographer.
Mm-hmm. He showed us some dope ass.
He has a website. It's at the bottom of the email. Will you read it?
theedgeofthedeep.com. The Edge of the Deep. Oh yeah, type that shit in. theedgeofthedeep.com.
It's porn.
Which is actually great because
look at this shot.
Previously, we've been unable to show these off.
Wet, dry, architectural.
Well, we want wet.
We want wet.
We want it
dude.
wet. Look at these sharks.
Terry, you know we want the
dude.
wet one.
Yo, that is
Terry
sick.
took this fucking picture of this shark.
That is so sick.
That's
Honestly,
so sick. This is the coolest fucking guy we know, dude.
he also wrote us a sick like metal song for our mailbag.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Tyler, and I gotta find. Hey, if we find it, I'll drop it in. If I can't
Or just
find
go
it,
listen to a mailbag episode. You'll hear it.
or just listen to some metal music. But I'm. But he while you do this slideshow, I'm gonna read Terry's email. One more time. The question was, can you just eat any fish
eat any fish out of the water?
out of the water like it's sushi? Ha, fresh.
This shark is a hook.
He starts with a ha. Ha, fresh sushi. I don't know the ins and outs of what parasites are worth the risk or not, or the expanse of parasites at that time versus
Look at
now.
this thing.
Lizzy, silence.
Look at it.
But I will tell you, on a dive trip many years ago, some of the divers brought fishing gear and caught yellowfin tuna off the back of the boat, which the chef immediately and expertly prepared into sashimi/ceviche for us. That's fucking
That's
rad.
so sick.
I had a piece. It was good. It was weirdly warm from just being alive.
That freaks me out, dude.
But no one got parasites. Cheers.
That's what freaks me out.
Thank you, Terry. So
Thank you, Terry. Look at this turtle, though.
He says bluefin tuna, which is what you would get, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be
Yellowfin or bluefin?
Oh, my bad, yellowfin.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck
Hamachi.
bluefin. Yo, fuck bluefin, dude. But it's got to be like a tuna thing, right?
Yeah.
Like salmon. Can you just eat that raw if you're not a bear? I've never seen it.
I think like
Oh wait, smoked salmon doesn't need to be smoked.
no, well, you can eat salmon sashimi, but it might have. But
Yeah, salmon,
The
you're
thing
right.
about salmon is it's a river, and I just feel like that's dirtier than an
Ooh,
ocean.
that's probably it. Probably has to be.
Maybe it has to
salt-
do with the temperature of the water.
Well, I don't think you do a lake fish. I've never seen bass.
No way you can do a lake
I think a
fish.
bass would make you at least want to have to take a shit. By the way, can we go back to that shark?
That shark.
That shark? Oh, sharks are cool.
But wait, look at this
That's
hermit crab.
incredible, dude. I want to swim with sharks, man.
Look at the hermit crab.
Yeah, that's cool, but I
He's
think I
beauty.
want to swim with sharks. I think
Dude,
There's-
Terry got so fucking close to this shark.
I know, it's crazy. I think it's one of those things I would like want to chicken out on last minute because it does seem absolutely terrifying. But I also think what's cooler than saying you swam
Yeah.
with a shark?
Well, you could swim with like a nurse shark.
I'll work my way up.
Yeah.
It's just
I've
a bucket.
touched a nurse shark.
It's a bucket list
in
thing
the
for me.
Keys, which is where we're going to relapse.
Of course.
Well, thanks for the answer, Tear Bear. Love you, mean it.
Let's jump right into it today.
But seriously, go to Terry's website and follow along with me because
The edge of
I
the deep.
am sucked into this.
Well, can we look at some of his dry stuff, or because I wonder? Can we look at some of Terry's dry
sucks?
works? Can we look at the dry? The dry work.
Yeah, dry.
Let's see what's dry.
It's awesome. It's
Wait.
other awesome animals.
Is that a volcano? Wait, top left?
Look at this. It's a giraffe.
What's that one on the top? Or the orange? Yeah.
That looks like music.
Whoa.
Whoa, maybe that's Terry's band.
Oh yeah. What's it say at the bottom?
Arch enemy. Maybe it's Terry's arch enemy. Maybe it's a rival band. That's
Sick.
some sort of booby.
That's a bird.
Yeah, but some birds are boobies.
No, I know. Very cool.
This is not good audio.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast. Sorry, I got so sucked in.
Terry's photography is so good.
All right,
But some of these are just cool people.
Lizzy, let's get back on track. You were complaining about running out of time before we started
I
recording.
know, but then
and
you
now
put a
you're-
computer in front of me. Look at this dog with no legs. Looks like a kangaroo.
All right.
Wait, so I have stuff to talk about.
Jesus Christ.
We can't just get into the story we never have before.
But we never. I know, but we've already talked about syringes. We've talked about.
I just wanted to say it's been really
sharks.
hot lately.
We've talked about tuna. Yeah, go on.
And I went to a Yankee game in the sweltering heat, and I had a close call.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm wearing sunglasses. You don't know how I'm looking at you.
I can fucking see your eyes through your sunglasses.
Okay.
I can see your face on your face.
All right, strap in, everybody. It's going to be a long one.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
not.
Go ahead. What's your
I
story?
went to a Yankee game. It was 103
a
degrees.
Foul ball was so
I was
close,
sitting right
then
in
a
the sun, and
guy
I got really hot.
Yeah.
And then I got a sunburn, and then I had to go take the subway home.
Lizzy, this is not...
And there was like 700 people in the subway.
Being hot is not a close call.
This was... I don't even want to tell you about it, actually.
Yeah, because nothing happened.
There was a man fell down the stairs. And they had to close the stairs. They had to close the stairs because a man fell. So we were trapped underground in the subway, and it was like 125 degrees, and there was a stadium's worth of people in there, and an old man started pushing me, and I had to tell him to fucking back off. It would have been a story if you had let it breathe.
That is not a close call.
An old man fell.
I love it. I am on board with you.
You don't understand how hot it was, and I was wearing jeans.
You being hot it doesn't interest me at all. That guy falling, I'm all ears.
And they closed the whole fucking
How old was-
stairs so 2 cops could like ask him about it. They weren't even helping him.
Yeah.
The guy was like 80.
Lizzy, that sounds really traumatic. And I'm
Yeah, it
honestly
was.
surprised you even came in today.
Thank you. It's also hot today.
Yeah. It must be really hard for you.
Why are you acting like it's not crazy hot outside?
I'm just trying to support you. I
Whatever.
don't know what you're talking. It is hot outside. That's why I'm inside. That's kind of
I'm fucking. You know what? You know, I get messages all the time, people asking me if we broke up as friends.
because we'll miss a couple weeks.
And then, but also like we talk to each other like this because I think it's all people who don't have a sibling.
Oh, that's interesting. You think?
So they can't like fight a little with their friends.
The fight, I know you do this too. Lean into the fight.
Well, yeah, but you do big time.
Because more than you think?
Yeah.
It's funny to me.
You won't agree with me with a gun to your head sometimes, but it's okay.
Sometimes I just want to explore the thought. Sometimes I'll like.
I know, but you explore the thought in a way that's combative, and I have to go, he's just exploring the thought.
Really?
He's not attacking you.
I don't think I'm that combative.
Sometimes you
I'm
are.
pretty fucking easy to get along with.
Sometimes you're fucking combative, dude. But it's okay. We have fun here.
I do know it's a sibling thing for sure.
Yeah.
I know it's an ADD thing because I didn't know this, but I read it recently. ADHD people like to fight because it like
endorphins, dopamine.
Yeah, it's a little novelty. Let's mix it up a little bit. The chaos feels a little good.
Yeah.
But very rarely am I dying on a hill. I'll be pretty quick to be like, I don't
No,
really care.
you will die.
Can you? What time did I die on a hill?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember anything I've done in my life.
Yeah, sometimes I'll poke and prod.
Sometimes you'll like really stick your flag in the mud.
Sometimes I'll poke and prod, and then I'll go, nah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't think of a time whatever. I feel like we always have a handshake.
Eventually.
You want to tell another cool story?
Yeah, I could probably think of one.
Tell us another great
If you
story
want- okay, let me think.
from your personal life.
I voted today.
Yeah, and how hot was it?
So hot.
And you had to get up so
get
early, didn't
this,
you?
Again, the cops made me wait in the heat longer.
Yeah.
Because I got there at 6 a.m. when the polling place is supposed to open, but the cops are the only people with the fucking key to the machine, and the cops were an hour late to my polling place, so they didn't open until 6:30, and 2 people had to get out of line because they had to go to work. That's voter suppression, NYPD. I'm on to you.
Yeah. And that's kind of a close call.
Yeah, it's a close call for democracy.
Nice. I like that.
Thank
Way
you.
to bring it around.
Thank you. You can do your story now.
Thank you. You got to ask me.
Kevin,
Lizzy.
do you have a story for us?
I sure do.
Do you want to tell it?
Yeah, bud.
Okay.
Friend.
Yeah, we're friends.
Chum.
We're friends in real life.
This is for the people at home.
We are friends in real life, you guys. If we stop doing this podcast, it won't be because our friendship ended. It'll only be because it got stronger. It'll be because we're hanging out more outside of school and we don't want to do our homework.
All right. This is the story of Ricky McGee.
This is the story of a girl.
The story of a Rick. I was thinking.
Like that.
What's that Janis Joplin
This
song?
is the story of a Rick. The crowd of driver and drowned his whole dick.
Nice.
But he looks so sad in photographs. That guy would look sad in photographs if he drowned his whole dick. You'll absolutely love him when he smiles. Andrea's laughing off mic. Kevin's not. What Janis Joplin song? I'm a Rick.
No. Bobby McGee.
Yeah.
Good enough for me and Ricky McGee. You know.
I'm a Rick.
I'm a Rick. I'm a Mickey. I'm a mother. I'm a
sinner
bitch.
and a saint. That's not Janis Joplin, though.
No. She wishes.
She wishes.
All right. Ricky McGee was born. Okay, well, let's catch up. Hold on. Ricky McGee was born in the 1970 in the Gippsland region of Victoria, Australia.
Whoa.
We gotta get
Let me pull up the two-legged dog that looks like a kangaroo for
perfect.
this.
We got to get our Australian accents on.
Crikey.
Crikey.
A lot
From
of
Gippsland.
Australians on the pod, I'm noticing.
Well, it's all Outback stuff,
These people are
dude.
getting into sticky situations.
Sticky situations.
Sticky situations.
Sticky like Vegemite.
Vegemite. Is it sticky, you think?
Probably. I don't know. I feel like it's a
Tastes
peanut.
like shit.
I feel like it has a peanut butter consistently.
Smells like shit, tastes like shit.
Ricky McGee lived a bit of a fairly nomadic lifestyle. He worked as a carpet salesman, a prawn fisherman, a nightclub bouncer, an electrician, and later a bailiff.
Wow.
Yeah, by early 2006.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly. By early 2006, at age 35, he was living in Queensland and had accepted an offer for work in Port Hedland, in Western Australia.
Mom, Dad, I'm going to Port Hedland. That was so bad.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. Mom, Dad, I'm going to Port Hedland.
That's Swedish.
Yeah, same thing.
Yep.
Flurgenbjörgen.
Goofy white people.
Are you good?
Yeah,
Have a sip. I have a little
I had a little goofy white people stuck in my throat.
Wouldn't be the first time, right? Wait for it.
No.
For editing purposes. In January 2006, Ricky began the drive from Queensland toward Port Hedland. He traveled along the Bunteen Highway, a remote stretch of or so bad.
How do you say highway?
Well, here's what I need whenever I do an accent.
Highway.
I need an anchor word.
And I don't have one for Australia.
Well, the joke is nor, right?
Nor,
hello, nor.
Did you ever see that video?
And
Remember
then-
from the Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo?
Shrimp on the bobby, huh?
Remember the villain from the Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo?
Mojo Jojo.
Somebody posted a TikTok where they were like, "Can someone tell me how you would say Mojo Jojo with an Australian accent?"
More George.
And an Australian person, sadly duetted it and went, "More Jar Jar."
You know what I do at home as like a little joke? Sometimes you like have little things for yourself. I
Yeah.
do that with Hulu.
Hurler.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Hurler.
Hurler.
And it's just like a little thing that makes me laugh.
I
in my
love
head.
that.
Hurler.
Nor.
Bunteen Highway. I can't do it.
Nor.
It's always the back of the throat. Nor.
Yeah, I saw someone say if you say RNR in a American accent, it sounds like you're saying "oh no" in an Australian accent.
R&R. Oh.
R&R.
That's good.
Yeah.
R&R.
RNR.
Anyway, Bunteen Highway, a remote stretch of road that snakes through the Northern Territory's Tanami Desert. Thank you. Look at these. Can we just cut to these shrimp dogs real quick?
Twin ones.
Close up on the two on the right. Look at that.
I don't know how to close up, but
You can use you can just pin, like on your phone, pinch and yeah, there you go. Look at those little fuckers. Look at those little guys.
shrimp dog.
So, a remote road, blah, 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 Northern Territories. Tanami. Okay, so it snakes through the Tanami Desert, a region notorious for extremes, scorching daytime temperatures up to 104 degrees and freezing nights. I mean, it's 100 today in New York.
It feels like 110, by the way.
It's literally...
But you didn't want to talk about that earlier, so I don't know why we're fucking talking about it now.
It's literally 99 degrees. What? Because we're all hot.
Yeah, but look at the feels like.
It's not like you put yourself in a situation... All
But
right,
I
hold
went
on.
to a Yankee game. Look at the feels like.
But I went to a Yankee game.
And honestly, I feel like a martyr because I was doing it for my boys.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to go.
Hey, they'll do that to you.
And now I have a
They'll
sunburn.
make you good. Sunburn.
I have a sunburn on my boobies.
Okay, so here's the thing about Ricky McGee's story. It's inconsistent.
Unreliable narrator.
Ricky's story about how he became stranded has multiple versions. Initially, he claimed that his Mitsubishi Challenger broke down somewhere between two towns. I can't pronounce the Hey, how do you pronounce this? Will you say the name of this town?
Yeah. Called Caring.
What?
I can read.
It ends with an I. Kalkaringi.
Well, I didn't see the I.
Kalkaringi. Kalkaringi.
It went away. I'll trust Calcaringi. It went away.
I'll trust it. Anyway, later he alleged that he had picked up hitchhikers.
Hitchhikers.
That's good. In two different versions.
By the way, right now it feels like 104.
Thank you. You looked up the fucking. Can we get a
You
shot
put
of
a fucking laptop in
what
my-
she's Googling? You're never allowed to pilot the computer ever again.
Hot singles. My area. It came up. Andrea searched it before.
Hey, that's not your business.
Now,
Look up Am I Gay?
Is Kevin gay?
what the hell? The name Kevin is associated with several individuals, some of whom are gay. Can you highlight that?
And some who are not.
Will you highlight that first sentence?
Yep.
Some of whom are gay.
Print that.
Print it. Print it.
And then it's just a list of gay Kevins.
All right.
It's impossible to determine if a particular Kevin is gay.
See? You actually don't know. I'm full of mystery. The goalpost
Buddy,
is always
impossible
moving.
to determine doesn't mean straight. I'll tell you what.
I never claimed to be full straight, okay? But
Nice.
impossible to determine is right where I want to be.
Really? Wow, he's queer. He's here. He's queer. No, I was trying to do Australian.
It sounded like a little
I
kid.
did baby. I
We're
was trying
here.
to do Australian and I did baby.
We're here.
We're here.
We're
We're
queer.
queer. And we're not backing down. We're here. We're queer. We demand our rights.
We're here. We're queer. We're tired.
We're here. We're queer and we want upbees.
We're uppy.
We're here. We're queer and we're tired and hungry.
All right, so we gotta tell some of the story.
I'm doing my job.
Hey, wait,
which
listen.
is to riff.
Listen, Ricky's story. This is true. So Ricky McGee, right? He was driving through the desert, and it's worth noting that times that he's told this story, details change.
And that can happen with trauma.
Yeah, but wait
Trauma.
till you hear what happened though.
Yeah.
Okay. One version is his car broke down. The next version is he picked up a Polynesian.
I
couple
knew there was going to be a woman involved.
I didn't say women. He said he picked up a couple of hitchhikers.
Oh.
It says
I'm just saying if I was going to lie about a story, I'd also get pussy in the story.
Polynesian or Aboriginal, depending on the telling.
Are we
Okay.
allowed to say? Yes.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
Aboriginal?
I knew that there was a preferred term, and I forgot what it was.
Okay, go on.
No, there's like a... You know how you're not supposed to say like Indians about indigenous people anymore?
Yeah, but Aboriginal
I couldn't
is...
remember if that was the preferred or...
No, I think
Otherwise.
I think the negative. But okay, anyway. But for Australia, it's Aboriginal. Anyway, look. He says his car broke down. Sometimes he says he has hitchhikers. Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to focus for a
I was
second.
just Googling woke term for Aboriginal.
I'm gonna need to get past.
I was listening.
Okay, look.
I have ADHD,
what's the last?
I can multitask.
Tell me what's the last? What's
He
where?
picked up a couple of hitchhikers.
No. No.
In one version of the story. Yes, that was the last thing he said.
Yes.
And then the other one, his car broke down.
yes. And there's different.
And sometimes they're Polynesian and sometimes they're Aboriginal.
yes, there's different ways that he describes the hitchhikers. But what happened is, right? He's saying sometimes sometimes he picked up hitchhikers who drugged him, stole his shoes, left him half buried in a shallow grave,
I like
and
that one.
abandoned him in the desert.
I like that version.
So,
It would be crazy if that was the truth, and sometimes he left that out.
and he says that he woke up only because 4 dingoes were clawing at him.
4 dingoes.
Dingoes. Well, that woke him up.
They ate his baby.
So, he regained consciousness. He's naked. He's trapped under a black plastic. He's like wrapped up in like a trash bag with dirt and rocks piled on top of him.
Huh.
He found $12.30 in his pocket, and everything else was gone.
What pocket? He's naked. His trash bag pocket?
I think his clothes were like nearby.
Oh.
Anyway, that's all.
That's the whole story?
That's the whole story, Lizzie. That's all we have time for.
No, keep going. Keep going.
No, but I do think it's crazy that he woke up naked, buried alive, doesn't know how he got there.
Yeah, and can't get his story straight.
That's the
about it.
consistency. Whether he was picking up these hitchhikers or whatever,
I see. No matter what, he got to the point where he was naked with $12.
Mm-hmm. With dingoes clawing at him. Alone and disoriented, Ricky managed to free himself and began a desperate journey. For 10 brutal days, he wandered barefoot across harsh red terrain with blisters, dehydration, and heat exhaustion. So, hold on. No way. No way. Okay, you know what, dude? It's actually way longer than 10 days. Okay, so you can tell how good I am at when I have to read ahead and I do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so food was scarce. He started scavenging. He's eating insects, eating them raw. He found leeches, eating them raw. He also found lizards and frogs.
Oh, never mind.
Which he would sun dry. What? You're upset about the lizard thing? You're upset about the lizard
No,
thing.
we never talked about how we were going to run for mayor, but it's fine.
Oh my God. You're
It's
right.
fine. It's fine. I don't want to derail us more. I have been doing a bit where I can't focus and I just locked in, but
No, I think this is important because we talked
we
about it.
are running for mayor and we should tell people.
It might be a little late to get on the ballot, but
It
we're going to try.
might be a little late. The election was today.
If Zoran doesn't win, we're hoping we can slide in.
We can, and in New York, you can create your own party, so we can run under the Close Calls party.
Sure.
We could run as the Kevin and Lizzy are awesome party. We
Not
could run
Dead
under
party.
the Swag party.
Sure.
The long story short party. Anyway, here's what we're thinking. 1, tax the rats.
Tax the rats.
The rats pay tax.
Mm-hmm.
2, because the rats pay tax, they get Rat Day. What's Rat Day? It's a day where we all stay inside and they get to be themselves.
Yep. I also said we should make subway surfing legal.
Yeah.
Preferred.
If you want to die, go for it.
But it just looks cool.
Yeah.
And dying in a cool way is what's most important.
Right.
I also said once a month you can say whatever you want about your coworkers with 0 consequences.
Purge style.
Yeah, like in the office, you can
And I
say
would say you can say it about customers at your work also.
yes, customers and people in authority
Yeah.
or people you find kind
Yep.
of annoying.
Yep.
One day, I like that's a good way to put it, purge style, and maybe that's a citywide thing. You can just kind of say whatever you want to people.
Yeah, but
Wherever, one day.
no hand stuff. No violence.
No. Verbal.
Verbal only. And it's right after Rat Day.
And also,
No, it's right before Rat Day. So then you all go inside after.
we talked about inviting, because New York was recently classified as a tropical climate.
Subtropical.
Subtropical
Which
climate.
is, so basically we live in a rainforest that's made of concrete.
So
Concrete jungle.
this is how we got here. This is what reminded us. We got to invite some lizards into the city.
And then, Kevin,
The lizards.
right after we said that, I saw a fucking TikTok. A guy found 2 lizards in his fucking...
No fucking way.
Yeah.
So
I don't have my phone's over there, but I saw it.
I was texting you. I was like, the lizards will help with the rat problem,
Right.
especially if they're not paying their taxes. Wink. But also, imagine a bodega iguana. How great would that? Andrea goes.
A bodega iguana and...
Andrea goes. Ugh, love.
And let me throw this in the mix. Hold on, I gotta get... I broke something. And let me say this. in areas where there's a lot of iguana activity, you're allowed to shoot them with BB guns because they start to become invasive.
Is this a platform or a thing that's already happening?
This is happening in Florida.
I vote we get to shoot iguanas with BB guns.
I'm just saying, if they were to ever get out of hand, we have a solution already.
And it's a fun one.
And it's fun.
And it's fun. So
vote for us.
If for some reason
Zoran doesn't win and whatever,
I think we got a real shot.
we're obviously pro Zoran.
What are you gonna vote for, Cuomo? Fucking grow up.
First of all, you're not gonna vote for Cuomo.
Grow up.
Also, I think most of you don't live here, but
Yeah, but they get the news. They
if
know.
for some reason your only option is Cuomo or a Republican, just vote for us. Rat Day.
Hey, Rat Day.
Good for everybody.
Good for everybody.
Rat Day. Good for everybody.
Have you seen an iguana run?
Yeah. Have you seen one swim?
Yeah.
Andrew asked if you've ever seen an iguana run.
Yeah, she must be new here.
Well, that's going to be the next 20 minutes of this pod. Looking up videos of iguanas running, right?
No, it'll just be quick.
While you type, oh boy, here we go. Across the water? The one where they go over on top of, that's not an iguana though, right? That's a different thing. That's like a little.
That's like a.
Let's see. Dude, did I tell you I saw an iguana got mad at me when I was in South America?
What?
Yeah, dude. We went and we were in Mexico and we went to like some Mayan or Aztec. Apologies, I get them confused. Ruins and stuff, and there were iguanas everywhere. And do you know what an iguana does when it wants to threaten you?
No.
So I was looking at this iguana and it was looking at me, and I was getting close, and it starts doing this.
Yeah.
Starts bobbing its head
Dancing.
at me. And
Dancing.
I was like, oh, I got a
Dancing.
new buddy. And I was getting closer, and I was like, wait a second, let me Google this real quick. And that's him saying, back
Get the
up,
fuck away.
I'm gonna charge at you. And so as I walked away, he started getting closer, and he would follow me around, like bobbing his head, like fucking
Look at it
try
run.
something.
It's so fast. That would have been coming at you.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know they were that fast. That's insane.
You actually can't see it at all in this video, but
It's just a guy running.
it's just a guy running after an iguana that he lost.
Just a guy filming grass.
It's just a guy losing an iguana.
Can we get a better video real quick?
Yeah. Sorry. It's my first time.
Oh yeah. Like, oh!
Yeah. Yeah. Wait,
Whoa!
Andrea, can you throw me my phone? It's behind your monitor. Sorry.
Here.
Thank you. Sorry. I have to ask you about something.
Okay.
Okay. Just hold on. You can vamp.
All right. I'll just tell a little bit more of the story. All right. Is this gonna be a sec?
I don't know. There's
All
no
right.
way to know.
Okay. So, yeah, he's eating leeches, insects. He ate a couple lizards and a frog, edible plants, grasshoppers. So he's fine. He's foraging pretty well. Okay. What do we got?
How do you feel about this?
Okay. Well, we need to show this on screen.
I know. I'll find a way. Is the answer bad at first, and then you saw its little feeties?
The answer is bad. The more it got worse.
No, it's got little tiny feeties.
You got to pull this up.
Oh no!
Give it a second and look at its little tiny feeties.
It's like a turd that became sentient.
Yeah, with little feet.
Ugh. Absolute nightmare.
If I become mayor, I'm getting one.
If I become mayor, I'm getting one.
And I'll pet it like a hairless cat.
If that it said on the video that thing came out of somebody's sink,
Yeah.
I would move.
Yeah.
Immediately. I'd burn
I don't
the
want it
whole
in my
house.
house.
I'd burn the whole
Surprise
house down.
style. So he's eating stuff like that.
He's eating little stuff, you know. He's drinking from little puddles.
Ew.
You know, he started drinking his own pee.
Gotta
blah
drink your
blah
own
blah.
piss.
I'm not reading an article like the last one. I tried to mix it up. This one's a bit more of a summary than I would have liked, but you know. He made a little shelter out of some branches and sticks and things. Eventually, he discovered an old feed trough near a cattle dam. What is a cattle dam? What is a cattle dam?
I think it's a thing that is used to herd cattle.
Okay.
It's like a machine that makes them walk in a line.
Oh.
I'm guessing though.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, it's water.
It's like a little
lake for them to
little
drink.
lake. So he found some
Look
water.
at this guy.
And it says here that he flipped it over. He dug a shallow hole and built a makeshift humpy, which is what they call a little structure, a little thing in
I thought it was like a thing for him to fuck.
No. No, he didn't. No, he didn't make a sex doll.
I thought he built himself a girlfriend.
But for over 2 months, not just 10 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for over 2 months, 71 days.
I couldn't do one Yankee game, 9 innings.
Ricky
I lost my shit.
Ricky remained near that dam, surviving one tiny meal at a time a day to fight off starvation. He lost about... Oh, not lost. This would be crazy. No, what? There's no way.
Well,
This
tell
says here
us.
he lost about 130 pounds.
Maybe he was a little heavy.
Dropping, it says 57 kilograms, 130 pounds, dropping from about 105 kilograms to 48 kilograms. What is 48 kilograms
looking-
in American, in pounds?
105. So he was like 235.
Dude. And he dropped down to 105
I wonder
pounds.
how tall he was.
That's crazy.
Because 235
So-
is not that fat.
I did see a picture of him. Do you want to look up Ricky?
Ricky Stanicki?
Ricky McGee. Okay, there's a before and after. Do you see that before? He's like a little chunks.
Whoa.
Straight up like a
Violet Chachki level snatch.
dude, right? Go to
You don't even know what it means. what
wait,
it
Violet
said.
Chachki.
She's a drag queen
Oh,
with like a 4-inch waist.
Yeah, look at it. Here we go on the top left. Dude.
That sucks.
Dude. Could you imagine? Look like God.
What is this original picture from? take my photo.
Oi,
Take my photo.
Take my four-door.
I got my Sunny Zone. Take my photo. Here's another one of him drinking a beer.
God, dude. Crazy, dude. 71 days, lost 130 pounds, and he was just sipping water and eating like little bugs, and he was able to survive. It says here he often blacked out from heat exhaustion and suffered dental abscesses.
Look at his big fucking back tattoo. He's got a big old Celtic cross on his back. Stayed intact even though he lost the weight.
Because he's fucking rad, right?
Yeah, that's sick.
Without dental oh my God.
Not teeth stuff. I hate teeth stuff.
When's the last time you saw the movie Castaway? We got a real, remember with
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. One, it's phenomenal. And
We should watch it.
We'll watch it for the pod. We'll talk. We'll watch it for the pod. It's honestly a fantastic.
I love Tom Hanks.
But there's a part where he's got like a toothache
no.
and he's got to get it out.
No, I hate teeth stuff. I was at an open mic the other day and a guy's tooth fell out. and off mic, it's gonna be your first guess who it was.
I don't know which mic.
Pine Box. No.
No, I know who it is. I know.
Yeah. First guess, got
Yeah,
it
dude.
immediately. Tooth fell right out. I panicked.
Remember when I thought he was a lawyer or whatever?
Yeah.
I got bad intel.
Comedian Mark McPartland had to shield my eyes from the tooth falling out. I don't like teeth stuff. My boyfriend has to brush his teeth in the other room.
So he got a dental abscess. Without dental tools, he had to pry the abscessing tooth out with his car keys.
Oh my! What in the fucking saw trap hell is that? Heh.
His car
Sorry if you have a
keys.
metaphobia. I shouldn't have done that.
What's metaphobia?
A metaphobia, it's fear of throwing up and hearing throw up sounds.
Oh.
And a lot of people have it.
So, yeah, right? Lost 130 pounds, had to rip a tooth out of his damn head with his car keys because it hurt. Which, honestly, like a tooth pain,
The worst.
A dull ache of a
The
tooth
worst.
will,
Braces?
will drive you insane.
Yeah.
I get it.
I think it's
You
like
just need
cruel
this-
to give kids braces for purely cosmetic reasons.
Yeah, okay.
They should have like a fucked up.
Did you have braces?
Yeah, and it hurt so bad. I had a palate expander.
Wow.
Do you know what that is?
No.
They put a fucking thing on our mouth, and your mom has to crank it so it widens, and then you hate your mom for 4 years. It sucks dick, dude.
But it gave you a personality.
Yeah, and I guess I have like a good smile.
He used to. Okay. So he used
Check
to.
it out. Palate expander.
Oh.
And it goes
We got to give a
widen.
trigger warning, a
It
content warning.
widens.
This episode has teeth stuff. Oh, all right.
I
all
hate
right,
this,
enough
I hate
of
this,
that.
I hate this, I hate
Enough
that.
of that.
I
Enough of
hate
that.
it.
Enough of that. Enough of that. So he was when he found this spot, he did stay put.
Yeah.
He made his little thing out of the trough, out of the feed thing, and he stayed put. And he would come out only at dawn or dusk to forage, to avoid snake and insect bites. He seems pretty aware of what's going on. I didn't know.
And to avoid melanoma.
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 Morlor.
Melanoma.
Morlor normor.
Melanoma.
Morlor normor.
If I was Australian, I'd have to go around being like, my dad died of melanoma.
Morlor normor.
Melanoma.
It's not funny. Funny.
It
isn't funny.
It's not funny.
My dad died.
Me
A
dad?
million or more.
Melanoma. Wear your sunscreen.
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 In April 2006.
April.
April. In April 2006, a crew from. Okay, hold on. I got a thing for you to pronounce. Here you go. Say it. Say that whole sentence.
Birindudu Cattle Station.
Say the whole sentence.
In April 2006, a crew from Birindudu Cattle Station heard stories of someone staggering through. Birindudu.
So a local cattle station, I guess word got out like, hey, I think I see a specter, a very thin man wandering around where the cattle's normally drink. So I don't see anything about there being cows. I'm guessing it's like an off season.
Yeah.
Maybe peak summer, too hot to let them out. I don't really know. So they discovered Ricky skeletal and nearly unconscious about 50 kilometers from the station. What is 50 kilometers in feet or miles? We may never.
8-year-olds.
We may never know. Yeah,
I'll get on it.
Yeah, we may never know. But we'll see how quick Lizzy is on the
This is actually
jump.
so much math, I'm realizing.
Well, what's 50 kilometers in feet?
I already.
Oh,
can
it's
just do
30,
in feet.
31 miles. Yeah, you
can
do
just do
in
in feet.
And then
One.
okay, and then divide that number by how tall is an 8-year-old again? 4 feet.
I'm trying to
Do you know you don't need to type in
calculator.
calculator? You can just do the math in that window. Did you know you can do that?
What?
Yeah. So copy that number. Okay, and then go up to the. You can do that. I was gonna say you can go up to the thing that you were just using.
Where's divided by?
Dude, okay, this is insane. Go up to the This is good. This is a great episode. No, dude. You just typed in the word divided by.
It did not work.
It's just such a I did not think. No, it works. I just didn't think.
You've never heard of a word problem before.
Way to get it done. Way to get it done, Cassidy. Way to go.
King. It's 41,10 8-year-olds. 41,010 and a half 8-year-olds. Is that right? Right?
Yeah.
41,010 and a half 8-year-olds.
Good job.
That's so many 8-year-olds.
Beer and doo-doo. Beer and doo-doo.
Beer and doo-doo to you.
And a beer and doo-doo to
And
you
a
as
beer
well.
and doo-doo to you.
All right. Who wants to try an Australian accent for this quote?
I'll do it.
All right. Here we go. I'll highlight it for you.
Beer and doo-doo. He, a dingart, Murder Jar.
So the station
He was just
manager.
a walking skeleton, but it's the middle of the wet season, so he had enough water. Frogs, snakes, and lizards. They didn't give you much nutrition, but enough. You want to do it?
Said Mark Clifford, the station manager, when they found him. Ricky was flown to Darwin's Royal. There's no way that's the name. Why is everything so funny in Australia? Ricky was flown to Darwin's Royal Darwin Hospital.
Nice.
Where he spent several days recovering, even walking out of the facility not long after his admission. Now, this next section has a header: criminal investigations and conflicting narratives.
Wow.
Police
I forgot.
Police investigated but found no evidence of a crime. Neither a vehicle nor abductors were located. Ricky's conflicting stories, drivers versus hijacking versus car breaking down, plus his own history of minor convictions.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What do you say? Man
Ricky's
of the past?
a bad boy.
Raised skepticism about the exact cause of his predicament.
What do you always say? Man with a past.
You got that bit where you say man with a past? But I think it's interesting because Ricky never really says why he was out there in the first place.
Right.
Maybe he's got his own skeletons. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Skeletons.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
Whatever he was doing out there, he doesn't want to tell. He doesn't
Yeah,
want
it
us to
wasn't
know.
good.
Aftermath. Ricky published his memoir, Left for Dead, How I Live for Dead. How I Survived 71 Days Lost in the Desert Hell in 2010, co-written by Greg McLean, whoever the fuck that is. In interviews, he remained candid. He drank stuff like leeches, raw, and sun-dried frogs in a wire atop his shelter, whatever it took to live. Despite the difference in his accounts, survival experts acknowledge the core story is plausible. Desert survival is possible when one secures
And,
water, shelter, and protein.
He lost all that weight. He was obviously out there that long.
Yeah, I don't know why it says that, because it's not like anybody's questioning that he was lost or that he was stuck.
It's just how he got there.
But why were you there?
And why was he naked?
Maybe he was hiding a body.
And why was he... But then they would have
I don't
found a
know.
body.
I'm not saying allegedly. I'm not saying that's one of the things. I'm just saying, like, what could you be doing in the middle of nowhere?
I think it was a
where
sex thing.
You don't want to talk about it. Could be. Yeah, could be a sex thing.
Maybe he just is gay.
Just go on.
Well, maybe he's like conservative, or his family is, and he was cruising, and he got robbed by the guy he was cruising.
Yeah.
And then that guy buried him half alive, naked.
Sure.
And then he couldn't tell anyone he was gay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's really plausible.
It's plausible. You could also just say mugged. You don't have to say it was a gay sex involved. You could just,
But why would he not want us to know?
oh, I know. I just mean, like, that seems like an easy way to
He
change.
could say mugged.
Yeah.
I think even I could.
Yeah. Anyway, blah 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 blah.
Bearing doo-doo.
Some publications, blah blah blah. Yeah. I actually got to the end. I scrolled and I was like, "Oh, this is just a bibliography."
And I'm sure we could go into more detail about how he survived out there,
I
but we
think
won't.
that
New format!
you know what?
There was a time when this story would take us, I don't know, 4 episodes to get through.
I mean, I think we're at over an hour though, right, Andrea? 55. Great. This is a quick one for
Dee
you.
Baron Doo-Doo. What am I thinking of? That's
Well, I think this one in particular, the details are a little hazy. And
I mean,
you know
yeah,
what?
he's like a known liar, and he was...
Look, I'll come clean, okay? Sometimes I spend a little more time researching, okay? Sue me. Today's a substitute teacher day.
hot!
We put on a movie. We watched, that's fine. It's an easy one for you.
I voted!
Go listen next week, all right? What do you want from me?
It's okay. You're doing great.